Hello, everybody. I am going to be doing a training video for you all right now on how to, first of all, create an invoice template through PayPal, and second of all, how to send an invoice. This is going to be really helpful because it's going to save you time instead of having to type in the same tax rate for pieces each time in an invoice, instead of having to type in your return policy or your shipping policies. You can have a template saved. So here we are in my PayPal account, and I'm kind of running low on funds. And what you're going to want to do is you can either click here on Manage Invoices, or you can go to Tools and you can go to Invoicing. It's going to take you to the same place no matter which one you click. All right, so, and I apologize, it's really late and I look like crap and my lighting's probably not great, but I love doing training videos this way, and it's the only way I can do it is late at night. So what we're going to do is we're in the Manage Invoices category, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to Create Invoice. And then right here is your templates, but yours is probably going to be blank. And what I'm going to do here is I have a team training template, and I'm going to go through it with you guys how I set it up. So we're going to, whoops, sorry guys, hold on. So we're going to remove this and pretend it's blank, and this is where you're going to start. You're going to want to add like a little company logo. Make sure it's in compliance. So we'll go to my pictures here and my, where is it, $5 images. I'm just going to pick one that's in compliance. I think that one's in compliance. There we are. We have a little logo on our invoice. The next thing you're going to want to do is to create your template. I went down here, and this is what I have in my template under my note to recipient. Thank you so much for attending my paparazzi Facebook party, or you could put your sale or your live. Make sure to friend request me on Facebook so I can add you to my VIP shopping group. Talks about if you like it, you should host a party. If you want to earn it for free, or if you love it, you should join my team. And then it says you will receive shipping notification via email with tracking options when the package is sent. Please watch your email. If items arrive damaged, you have 3 business days to contact me from the time your order arrives per USPS tracking info. And then you're going to want to put something in the terms and conditions. I put, please review these items and pay within 24 hours. Please make sure your shipping address is correct and up to date. I am not responsible for lost packages if you did not update your address. Because you guys, what a lot of people will do is they will, you will invoice them and they'll pay with their PayPal account, which maybe they haven't used for 6 months or a year, and they won't update their shipping address. They'll just use their PayPal account, they'll pay the invoice, and then a week or two later, I'll get a message like, hey, I never got my package. And I'll say, oh, okay, did you track it? And they're like, oh, you sent it to the house I lived at last year. Sorry, not my problem. You should have fixed your shipping address. So if you tell them that, at least they know that and it's not on you. There we have that. So this is all set up. And if you see here, I have my tax rate set. So this is my local sales tax rate. So then you would just save the invoice, and it will ask you what you want to save it as. So I'll show you guys a new one. You go to create a new template, and we'll just start all over. There we go. We have that old image on there that I was using. And where does it ask you to name the template? Note to recipient, blah, 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 blah. If you guys want me to post my exact verbiage, I can totally do that on what I put in the note to recipient and terms and condition boxes. So then you're going to go save template. And I'm just going to call this testing, but you could call it Facebook Live template. You could call one Facebook Party template. You could call one Flash Sale template. I only have one template because it's easier that way. Oops. Save, and I would make it my default template because more than likely you're only going to have one template, and then you would check that box. That way every time you go to create an invoice, you can your invoice template will pop up, I guess is what I'm trying to babble here. So next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go up to, where is it? Settings. Crap, guys, sorry. Oh, right here. So in your manage invoice category, we'll go back there. There's these tabs up here, which kind of don't look like tabs. And you're going to go to settings. And you're going to go to tax information. So let's add a new tax. You're going to Google, let's say you live in St. Cloud, Minnesota. You're going to Google what is the sales tax for St. Cloud, Minnesota. And you are charging taxes on each piece. If you don't charge tax, that's fine. You don't have to. But when you order pieces from the back office, they are charging you sales tax on $5, not on $2.75. And the reason being is because Paparazzi submits the sales tax to your state for you. So if you don't charge sales tax on pieces sold, you're not technically making 45%. I have never in 4 years had somebody question paying tax, so I would highly recommend paying tax. And because Paparazzi turns in that sales tax for you, you don't have to turn in any sales tax to the state at the end of the year. You just have to worry about your income taxes and your deductions. So we're going to call this St. Cloud local sales tax. And let's say the sales tax is 5.5. And then you're going to save it. And now you have your sales tax saved. So when you do invoices, you don't have to do the math, or you don't have to put in the sales tax each time. So we now have our invoice template created. We have set our sales tax. Let's pretend we have an order on our customer page for 5 pieces and we need to send an invoice. So here we are again. We're going to go to create invoice. And here it says my templates right here. And all your templates will pop up. I have my default one that pops up first. But let's do the one we just created, the testing. And I usually don't change the due date, but you can, and it will automatically go to due on receipt. Or you can do pick a date. Well, can you? Computer's being weird, guys. Specific date. Mine are always due within 24 hours, so I'll just put Friday. So the nice thing about PayPal is it has an address book. And I'm going to type in my email address. And what I would suggest is each time you type in an email address, let's do a new one that doesn't have a name. Hold on. Well, each time you type in a new name, you're going to want to go right here and it will say add customer details. And that way, when you type in their email address, their info pops up all the time and it's saved in there. So every time you invoice them, you don't have to ask them for their email address. So it's important. It helps a lot if you save the email addresses in your address book on PayPal. So we're just going to send it to myself. And what I do is I just put 10 pieces and then I put list of items by name is below, because I always put a list of the pieces because I have customers who order multiple times a week and I don't want to get confused for which invoice was for which pieces, or if they're missing an order, I want to know exactly which pieces it is. So I back it up by making sure I put the names of the pieces on the invoice. You certainly don't have to, but for time's sake, I never do each individual line for pieces. I just do quantity 10, price $5. And look at that. When you click on tax, your saved sales tax rate is there. The one we just created, St. Cloud sales tax, is right there. And it's going to add the tax for you. Next, shipping. My shipping rate's always $4 flat rate fee. And look at that. It added the sales tax for me, which is nice. You could also click allow partial payment if you have a customer who's like, hey, can I pay $20 today and $40 when I get paid on Friday? I will usually let them do that. And then you just go edit the invoice and click allow partial payment. So that's kind of neat. So then you have your invoice all ready to send and you send it. It is that easy. I would also put a list of all the pieces down here by name. And I also have them in a folder on my computer with the customer's name. So I know the whole order history of every customer, what they've ordered, what they like, the kind of pieces they like. But my video is going to cut off. If you have questions, let me know. I hope that helped, and tag your new team members. Thank you.